We will smite the invaders from our skies. Though they sweep over our lands like the sands of winter, never again will we bow before them. Never again endure their oppression. Never again endure their tyranny. We will strike without warning and without mercy, fighting as one hand, one heart, one soul. We will shatter their dreams and haunt their nightmares, drenching our ancestors' graves with their blood. And as our last breath tears at their lungs, as we rise again from the ruins of our cities, they will know Helghan belongs to the helghast.
Hello there, it is me, Tarman, and welcome back. Today we are jumping back into, obviously, the helghast. That will load, yeah. And you can see here, I did make a mold off that figure, so this is a resin. And today we're just going to be painting this bad boy. So first thing to do, we're going to paint the whole model a dark gray. And I'm going to be using probably the cheapest paints, just these two. So let's begin. And there we are. It's still a little wet, but while that is drying, now we're going to pick out the other shade of gray. And that will be this. And we're just going to pick out his body armor, all the armor bits, and his boots and gun with this. And there we are. Now the next thing we're going to do, we are going to highlight. So we're just going to mix up a lighter shade of gray and kind of just dry brush over the cloth bits like his sleeves and his pants. And we're going to mix even a brighter gray to pick out the tubes for his gas mask. This just shows some contrast. Even though I know in reality, like the actual Helghast, it's basically just all black, but I like to make the miniature just look a little bit more interesting, so let's just mix up a light gray and then a almost white light gray. And there we are. Now the next thing to do is to pick out all the little black bits, which will be some strapping and yeah, just some subtle strapping in the goggles. And the black we're going to be using is this. And there we are. Black bits are picked out. Now we're going to do the silvery bits. And we're going to use this. And there we are. All the little silvery bits are picked out. Now we're going to do the little gas canisters on his back. I know in the game they're like a gray, but I want to do them yellow. So I'm going to start off with this yellow, and then I'm going to go over the yellow with this. And the little connection point there to the first canister, I'm just going to paint it this. And there we are. Now we're going to pick out some red bits, which will be the canisters and his eyes. And the red we're going to be using is this. And here we are. Now he's pretty much coming together. Next thing to do before we move on to the next steps, which will really be his eyes and a symbol on his shoulder pauldron, we got to put a wash on him. And the wash we're going to be using is this. And there we are. Yeah, he's glossy, but that's nothing to worry about because I'm going to clear coat him a matte. So now the next thing to do really are his eyes, and I'm going to paint a little helghast symbol on his shoulder. So the eyes, all it's going to be is this nice orange, and then I'm going to add some white dots and then put this over it to add a little bit of reflection. And for the helghast symbol, I am just going to be using 3 colors, starting off with this, and then this, and then back to this. So let's begin. And that's pretty much it. Last thing we're gonna do is just base him. So next time you see this guy, he'll be based. And there we are. Now last thing to do is just clear coat this guy. And that's pretty much it for this video. I had a lot of fun painting this little figure that I hand sculpted. Oh, if you're curious too, there's the original. That's how I tested him out. He was the test bed so I could figure out the paint scheme. But had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun sculpting him too. I am a big fan of Killzone. I remember watching my brother play the first one when I was like 5 years old. Had tons of fun making this guy and painting him, and probably am going to do my own little Helgen army. But without further ado, I hope you guys did enjoy this little paint job, and on to the montage.